The next presentation will be by Kiran and Kaur from Makar Biomarine. So, Kiran.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. So, yes, I will be presenting it's the studies from which was AQUAEXCEL funded, and it was on sea bream juveniles. And as you have mentioned, Louis, I'm from Makar Biomarine, which is the largest krill harvesting company. And krill is a sustainable marine ingredient. Sorry, Raymond, I will not support the plant-based ingredients. It's a marine species we are talking about. They are not vegetarian by choice. So, and it was conducted in collaboration with the University of Las Palmas. So first, coming to the knowledge that we need, it is, we all know that feeds are the bottleneck for the expansion of aquaculture, and we need to expand aquaculture because we need to have more sustainable sources of food for the generations to come. So feeds, why do they act as a bottleneck for the expansion of aquaculture? Because these are the most expensive part of the aquaculture, but at the same time, they are also the major contributor of the carbon footprint. So we need to have more sustainable feed. It's the need of the hour, so that we can reduce the FCR even more. So that in that way, we can reduce the per unit cost for the production, as well as per unit carbon footprint, or the carbon footprint coming from per unit production. And for that, we need to have less reliance on the land-based resources or the vegetable ingredients. Why? Again, because it's a marine species. They are not vegetarian by choice. And secondly, we can consume many of the vegetable ingredients for the direct human consumption. So we cannot compete with our own ingredients or the resources that we can consume directly for the expansion of aquaculture. And thirdly, for having more vegetable ingredients for the expansion of aquaculture, we need more land, but the size of the planet is fixed, and we have not yet found planet B, and the freshwater facilities, which we are still struggling to have enough for humans. So then it makes sense we need to have more alternative, but low trophic ingredients so that we can support the expansion of seafood consumption, as you see on the right side, which is expected to be increased up to 14% by 2030, and if we compare it to 2020. But again, we cannot sustain this 14% increase in the with more aquatic species with the currently available raw materials. We need to have or expand the bucket of these ingredients. But how do we do that? Because these resources are limited. And recently, from the Bellona and the Seafood Norway, they categorized the available ingredients or the low trophic ingredients that are currently available with respect to their sustainability potential. On the x-axis you see, and on the y-axis you see the technological maturity. So at what volume and at what commercially maturity level these are present. So you see on the right side, we don't have many choices which are currently available. Many are still in the budding stage at the research level. And we need more validation to say for sure that, yes, it is safe for the fish, so that we can say that that fish which is fed on these alternative ingredients is safe for us to consume. And again, coming back to the commercial scale maturity level, Antarctic krill is one of the ingredients which is sustainable. As I mentioned, it is the highest sustainable fishery that is present, and the stable volumes at the commercial level, and it is present at the low trophic, meaning thereby it is a clean marine ingredient, which is also important, that we don't want to include ingredients that are full of environmental pollutants. So we need to have more clean but marine ingredients. And functional, because krill is not just a source of protein or fat, it is a good combination of both macronutrients as well as micronutrients, because these are getting more and more essential as we are changing the recipe day by day. So micronutrients also play an important role. And krill is a good package of, for example, choline, astaxanthin, organic minerals, vitamins, and so on. So this is like giving you just the short summary of the trial that we have conducted at the University of Las Palmas with krill meal at three inclusion levels, 3%, 5%, and 7%. In the juvenile stages, starting from the weight of 10 to 15 grams and going up to 50 grams. And after 12 weeks of feeding on these krill meal diets, we saw a positive effect on the growth with 5 and 7% krill meal inclusion, a reduction in the FCR, which was up to 6.5% reduction, which means a lot for the industry, especially for the feed producers, and better utilization of the nutrients. As you have nicely mentioned, Raymond, that it is the nutrients we are talking about, how good the fish is able to utilize these nutrients. So we saw a good lipid efficiency as well as the protein efficiency ratio with krill meal going up to 14%, which is a lot, in comparison to the conventional fish meal, fish oil diet. So what does it mean for the target market? For the feed producers, yes, it means they don't need to feed a lot of feed to the fish because they can utilize the feed in a better way by reducing FCR, and by increasing or having a better FCR, a reduction in the FCR could reduce the carbon emission coming from the feeds. And it goes same for the fish farmers, that if there is a better growth of the fish, better FCR, they utilize the nutrients in a better way, it means there is robust fish. So it means the feed producers and the farmers, they can get more with less. So it's a monetary benefit for the industry. And it gives the flexibility to the feed producers to include other alternative or other ingredients that might lack some of the essential nutrients, because these nutrients could be provided by including krill meal. And then if you have healthy fish, indirectly we are helping ourselves. We are becoming healthy, so we are the healthy consumers, and it is good for the planet, because healthy fish, healthy consumers, the planet is healthy. That's what I have to say. Thank you so much.